the cause for the rise and the decline of man. Many young men start life giving promise of a brilliant career, but fail to fulfill this promise. They seem to lose their grip on life's realities. Their mental faculties become disordered, until finally, the life that seemed so full of promise ends in disaster. Too often, the cause for this sad failure lies in the fact that they have become slaves to their senses, and lacking the strength of will which alone could save them, they drift into actual debauchery. It is admitted, man is more addicted to sensual pleasures than woman. He is more responsive to the pressure of his desires, and offers to them only a slight resistance. The more he indulges, the stronger those desires become, until he is no longer capable of resisting, and mind and character are alike weakened. If through a miracle, a weak-willed youth escapes the snares that lie in wait for him, a few wrong steps in later life are enough to bring about his ruin. The miserable toy of passions, which devastate his personality, we see him going to wreck, wretched and pitiable. The ancient Romans used to speak of sadness as the other side of passion. The infinite melancholy that follows its outbreaks produces an immoderate thirst for destructive pleasure. In these strange attacks of intoxication, even the best men find death in their ideal. Non-existence attracts them. Discouragement and disgust for life fill their souls. Great and true love, soaring toward the heights and living on the summit of the moral kingdom, withdraws, repelled by all the surroundings. This is why poets and novelists who sow pessimism are often disappointed victims of sensual love. In the depths of their distress, exhaustion cries out to them. There is no use in the conflict of life. The evil of the century, nihilism, nearly all of it, has its invisible throne in this unexplored abyss. Until a new sexual education succeeds in balancing and purifying the passions of man, he will continue to be the slayer of the gods and to sully the world with tainted blood and influence foul. Man must become more chaste. He must learn to shield himself from the unwholesome factors which prematurely arouse his sensibility. The youth must be taught of the poisons that lie behind the pleasures that allure him. The chaste man enjoys greater brain power. How many geniuses are dead before having lived? How many great minds, destroyed by misguided voluptuousness, are cut down before offering the world even 1/10 of the treasures they held? Who shall say how, in a great city, at certain hours of the evening and night, entire treasures of genius, beautiful and beneficent works, are lost? One in whom, under rigid continence, a sublime creation was about to unfold, will miss the moment, the passage of the star, the kindling hour never to return. Another, inclined by nature to kindness and charity, becomes cowardly, inert, even unfeeling. His character, which was nearly fixed, becomes dissipated. Unbridled passion has been the ruin of many a great man. Men who might have been sublime, were they not crushed by voluptuousness. Let's now explore the science behind semen retention, and why it has gained such widespread attention, not only among spiritual seekers, but also among modern health enthusiasts and productivity-minded individuals. To start, we need to understand a few key aspects of male biology. Each time a man ejaculates, his body releases far more than just sperm. Semen is a rich, complex fluid that contains a variety of essential nutrients, including zinc, magnesium, calcium, selenium, and even trace amounts of testosterone. It also carries amino acids, enzymes, and other compounds involved in energy metabolism and mood regulation. The production of semen draws heavily from the body's nutritional and hormonal reserves, which means frequent ejaculation can gradually deplete these vital substances over time. This is one of the fundamental reasons people become interested in semen retention. The idea is that by limiting the frequency of ejaculation, the body conserves these nutrients and can then redirect that energy toward healing, strengthening, and enhancing other physiological systems. Think of the body as a kind of energy economy. When you conserve more of your inner resources, you're able to reinvest them into long-term benefits like mental clarity, physical strength, and emotional balance. Ancient medical systems like traditional Chinese medicine support this concept. In these teachings, semen is closely related to a substance called jing, which is believed to be the core essence of life and vitality stored in the kidneys. According to this view, excessive ejaculation can weaken the jing, leaving a man tired, scattered, and energetically drained. Conserving it, on the other hand, is thought to lead to greater vitality, mental focus, and even spiritual insight. Ayurveda, the ancient Indian system of health, shares a similar philosophy. In Ayurveda, semen is known as shukra dhatu, and it is described as the most refined and vital tissue in the body. According to this model, it is formed through a long digestive process involving multiple stages. When semen is lost, it's not just a physical release, it's a deep energetic expenditure that weakens the entire system. Retaining it is seen as a way to nourish the brain, strengthen the immune system, and promote longevity. But even beyond these ancient perspectives, modern interpretations of semen retention offer a more psychological and behavioral framework. Many men who practice retention report a clear boost in energy and motivation. They often describe feeling mentally sharper, more focused, and more confident in their daily lives. There's a recurring theme of greater willpower, the ability to resist temptations, stay disciplined with routines, and take action without procrastination. These changes may stem from a shift in brain chemistry and hormonal balance. From a scientific point of view, there's some evidence suggesting that abstaining from ejaculation for around 7 days may cause a noticeable spike in testosterone levels, although results vary between individuals. While long-term hormonal effects are still under research, many men who engage in retention describe a sense of elevated masculinity, a deep-rooted confidence that arises when they are not constantly depleting themselves. Another critical element involves dopamine, the brain's primary reward chemical. In our modern world, the overuse of porn and instant gratification has created widespread dopamine desensitization. This means that everyday tasks, like working, exercising, or reading, can start to feel boring or even meaningless. Excessive stimulation trains the brain to only respond to intense, artificial highs. But when a man practices semen retention, especially when he also avoids porn, his dopamine system starts to reset. Over time, he begins to feel pleasure and motivation from simpler things, like completing a task, engaging with people, or exploring creative work. In this way, semen retention becomes more than just a physical act. It turns into a full mental and emotional reboot. It's not about suppressing sexual desire, it's about transforming it. By learning to redirect that energy into creative, intellectual, or physical pursuits, men often discover a renewed sense of purpose and drive. What's most fascinating is that many of these benefits don't come from superstition or blind belief. They arise through direct experience. Men notice changes in how they think, how they feel, and how they behave. They become more disciplined. They walk with more confidence. Their eyes seem brighter. Their words carry more weight. And slowly, over time, they begin to reclaim a deeper, more powerful version of themselves.